All right, so sit comfortably in your seat. Rest your hands in your lap. And your eyes close halfway and sit upright if you can. Take 3 deep breaths to begin. In and out. In and out. And in and out. You may be able to hear the thunder in the background. It's quite a heavy rainstorm. There's raindrops against the window, too. And it's truly a pleasure sometimes to be able to know that it's storming outside and you're watching it through windows in a dry and clean place. Although not to dismiss the pleasure of being out in a good raincoat or under a good umbrella in a storm. This has been a torrent, though, yesterday and today, where it would soak your pants from about the thighs down, despite an umbrella or a good raincoat. So just listen to that sound for a moment. That quiet but steady drumming of the raindrops. Not so different from what we hear with our breath. Sometimes with our minds, if we're not paying close attention to them and not engaging with the thoughts, they just kind of run on in the background. Words pattering like raindrops. Occasionally a good thought or a good feeling that wakes you up, jolts you upright a little bit more like this thunder does. We're feeling very lucky here today, not only to be here inside watching the rain, but several of us who haven't been able to come for a while are here. So we're all together again. We first started getting together, well, we would do it in person, but we switched over 4 or 5 years ago during the pandemic to doing it on Zoom. And I remember how good it felt when that was finally done with, and we could all see each other face to face, share the space in a room all together. But we learned to make the best of seeing each other on Zoom too. And just the ability to talk about our fears and worries, especially early on where no one knew what was going to happen. I don't know whether to say it was better than we all imagined or worse. It was certainly a difficult few years there. But again, let your breath just come and go like the thunder and the rain. Steady. It's a small cycle of breathing in and your belly rises, breathing out as your belly falls, like the cycle of a rainstorm. The rain picks up. The parking lot outside is an inch deep in water. You can hear the rapid patter against the windows, and it slows down to more of a peaceful kind of whisper of rain, lulling us into a more calm state. And a clap of thunder, some lightning, and all of a sudden it's a downpour again. And I guess it makes me think that oftentimes that's how things are with life. Good days, bad days, good moments, bad moments. Thinking back to a COVID lockdown, good years and bad years. Can you imagine what it must have been like to be someone living so close to nature with no shelter before humans had even learned how to build huts, long homes. All there was a cave if you could find it. And you didn't need a lot of space. I was stuck up on the top of the bluff here in a sudden rainstorm, and it was not even so much a cave as an overhang. But I could press back against the wall, the limestone, and stay dry and watch the storm pass. Listen to that sound of the rain. And we always carry with us that sense that this is going to pass. No storm ever lasts forever. 5 years ago, we shared our worries about how long the pandemic would last. We lost many good people, but we came through it as human beings usually seem to do. Any kind of storm comes and goes. It might last for days, as COVID did. It might last for years. But nothing lasts forever. There's always the other side we'll come out of. And what can we depend on or take pleasure in? Just the fact that the world still has wonders to show. A rainstorm, thunder, and lightning being one of those. Unless it increases and suddenly it's a tornado and we're filled with fear. But we can be aware of it and just watch it. And be grateful for the fact that we have a shelter. Today we have some large picture windows here in this church. We can watch this storm unfold. And we're together. Feels like a reunion of old friends. We were together when we were all just little faces in a box on Zoom. I know for me it was the high point of the week. Be able to breathe together, talk and laugh. And somehow in that there was hope, knowing that it would eventually end. And the world would be back to what we call normal. Some people feel right now there's a storm outside too. Moving through the world and moving through our country. People may have different views and take different sides on it, but I think everyone agrees this is a frightening time. And we can take shelter, find strength by being together with others, and just have that faith that however this progresses, no storm lasts forever. That might be a good thing to repeat to yourself when things are difficult. They're difficult in the world or difficult in your own life. That no storm lasts forever. Of course, no sunny day lasts forever too. And we know that on a sunny day. That's why we appreciate it so much and rush to get outside. So it's not as important to be reminded of that. But in a storm, in the darkness, in the rain, in fear, there's always that sense that this has gone on forever and will go on forever. But we can remember that it won't last forever, that nothing does. Just like our breath, things come and go. Each new breath arises with a chance for wonder or fear or anger, worry. And the next moment, we may be able to let all that drop away, be washed clean, just like the rain washes clean this town and the earth. Even if it's still a drizzle, and we need to make sure we have our umbrella, our raincoat, we can still have that feel of how the air has been washed clean, the streets, even your cars. People used to get upset when they'd be planning to wash their car and the rain would come. I always figured, great, now I don't need to wash the car. I'll let the rain do it. So we can try and find the bright side of things too. There may be a lesson learned, or we'll come out of it stronger, knowing that human beings or a society can withstand storms. Again, just like the breath comes and goes, good and bad, long and short, so too all the days we meet in our lives, the difficulties and the joy. At the very least, we can keep gratitude for the fact we're there to witness it. I heard a quote that I'd forgotten by one of my favorite philosophers, Joe Strummer from The Clash. I think it was a YouTube video, and he was saying, people just take this life for granted. We need to look around and just realize we're alive. I could be dead, but today I'm alive. And just rejoice in that and be grateful for it. So remind yourself of that. I'm alive and no storm ever lasts forever. If you need shelter in difficult times, going into your breath, going into your heart can be good. Holding hands with a friend can be good too, or a larger group. Breathe, be grateful, and know we can get through whatever it is. So, take 3 deep breaths. When you're ready, open your eyes. Hear the rain has stopped pouring against the window. I see a few ripples from raindrops in the puddles, but it's grown quiet enough that now I see the wind brushing over the tops of those puddles, making waves, intersecting with those concentric circles from the raindrops.